Flowcast Compliance Management has allowed us to create a culture of compliance here at Flowcast. I am Vicki LeVay. I'm the Senior Director of InfoSec Risk and Compliance here at Flowcast. I've been with our company for 4 wonderful years, growing our compliance program from 1 single framework to now 4 going on 5 frameworks. I started as an individual contributor. I now have a department of 7 individuals contributing to our compliance program. We formerly managed our program using a spreadsheet, and it was called a controls inventory. And it was difficult when there was 1 set of controls. As we grew and we had more frameworks added and more complexity added across our business, it became completely unmanageable. So some examples of this are the source of truth. We would have multiple copies of this spreadsheet, and we would update some information in 1 copy and other information in another copy, and I never knew where to go to find the accurate information. I ended up having to search multiple spreadsheets to find the truth. The journey from spreadsheets into Flowcast was very easy. It took us about 2 weeks. So we imported all of our controls using our beautiful import wizard. And then once everything was in, we were able to do those mappings that we'd been looking for so long, the relational database mapping. So we were able to map all of the controls we had to the risks that are tied to them. They're no longer listed in cells, but we can actually link them together. And then we were able to list groups of controls to different business processes and assign owners to those business processes. The best thing about the new Flowcast application is the sorting and filtering. I have so many options. If I have a business process owner coming to my department saying, we want to change the technology we use to operate our controls, instead of Control F finding what we need, we can search for a word in the application, or we can sort by the business process, or we can sort by the framework that we know it's in. We have so many options on how to find what we need specifically in order to give guidance to that business owner to make sure they're continuing to perform their controls in a compliant way. Document management is phenomenal in the Flowcast application. I used to have to dig through shared file folders to find a document that I needed to find, whether it be a process narrative or a piece of evidence or what have you. Now we link those documents to controls, to business processes, to various elements within the application. When we assign a PBC request to an owner, they get an email automatically. We don't have to do this manually, and they can attach their evidence directly in the email. So it makes it extremely easy on them. If they want to, they can click into the application and see all the controls, all the policies, all the processes, all the narratives related to this evidence request, so they fully understand why we're asking what we need. If they have a question, they can click on the review notes and submit their question right to us, and we can respond back and forth in the application. When the PBC process is done, we roll right into testing of this evidence. Our internal auditor really loves our application. First of all, when he is testing one of the controls, he can see the policies right at his fingertips that are linked to that controls and the risks that are related to that control. So he knows what he's testing for. Normally he would have to do that manually. It's already done for him, thanks to our team. Before we used Flowcast, the compliance department was just a black box of information. We understood the risks, we understood the controls, but our control owners did not. They didn't have any access to that information. It was all in our heads and in our spreadsheets that were crazy. So when we asked for something, nobody understood why. They would just deliver it, and they were also afraid to make any kind of move without checking with us first. That is not scalable or efficient. Now with the Flowcast application, we fixed that. Our control owners have full visibility to the risks, the controls, the policies, everything they need to make a decision. We're simply brought in as advisors. Now we can go from that previous model to the new beautiful model, which is trust but verify, which is where we all want to be. We just trust them to do what's right. They do. They check in with us if they're not sure on something, and then we audit them once a year and we verify, and they always pass. Our job has changed completely since we've gone on the Flowcast application. We are more risk managers than we are compliance analysts now. So we're ahead of problems now. Instead of reactive, we are super proactive. There's no way we could go back to running our compliance department without Flowcast compliance management. Our internal departments would be infuriated. They've been very spoiled with this new wonderful way of working with us. And also it's effective and it's efficient and it works. And if we had to go back to manual processes, they wouldn't have the capacity to support and respond to those manual processes, nor would we. I would have to triple my team size at least to do it in a manual way. We're hooked.